Good morning. Here is Norma Cowie once more on a Sunday Thought. I want to thank you for your subscriptions to this channel. I want to thank you for the likes and especially the comments. Now, last week I wasn't here because I was in a car driving across BC and into Alberta, and then the next day driving from Alberta to Saskatchewan. And then a couple of days later was driving back. So now that I'm back, my back is a little sore actually, but other than that, it was a great visit. What I wanted to achieve, I achieved, and that's always important. And that brings up a very important point: celebration of life. Now, this thought came to me via a client I had. And in the middle, I don't know why or when, I suddenly said, "How do you celebrate?" And she sort of said, "What do you mean?" I said, "Well, when you have things happen in your life that you really, really enjoy, or a surprise, or, things work out, and we call them often wins, right? You have a win, things work, things improve. How do you celebrate?" There was no real answer. She did not know. And I explained to her that when I was raising my children with my ex-husband, we celebrated a lot. We were not wealthy at that time at all, maybe not any time, but that time in particular. My husband went through university. I worked. We had a little bit of support, but it was really not easy. But there was ways we could celebrate. And we would go out. And as the years went by and my husband became a school teacher and I began working as a psychic, we had more money, so more things to be able to do. And again, every Friday, we celebrated Friday by going out for supper. Now, I remember when my daughter got older and kind of, "Oh, do I really have to go?" Yes, you do have to go, because that's our tradition. And while you're living here, you have to go. So, but there were often times when something wonderful happened in our lives. Maybe I got a gig, or I don't know. I can't remember all of them, but I do know that would happen, and we'd be excited about whatever it was. And so we would all go out for dinner. And it could be midweek. It could be not in the plan at all. But the thing to remember is, what does it do for you when you go to celebrate? Many also, just before I come back to that, I just had the thought how often we join together for birthdays, Christmas, New Year. And I know this last couple of years, there's definitely 18 months, has been really, really difficult to do that, which is a shame, because that's what keeps us alive. That's what gives us a reason and a purpose of community and understanding and love for each other, and how and when we can create those things. Some people are great organizers on gatherings, absolutely wonderful. And so that is taken away from us, or has been taken away from us, really diminishes a lot of our celebration, a lot of our ways. How do we celebrate when we can't visit? How do we celebrate when we can't go different places? How do we celebrate whatever? Now, I have to point out something. I often say to people, one of my treats in life always has been ice cream. And if I'm feeling down, I would often go and have an ice cream. And in thinking about, where did all this ice cream thing come from? And it was this. When we were little, I was little and my brother was little. On some Sundays, not all Sundays, my father, which was his only real whole day off work, would take us for a drive, and he would always buy us an ice cream. So in the buying of the ice cream, it became, for me, a sense of pleasure, family, achievement, because spending time with my father, seeing he worked so much, and for many years, we hardly saw him. He was really basically an away father. It was a sense of, what would you call it, community, knowing you're loved, knowing that you cared for, the family at large, all of that. And so consequently, for me, very often, if I'm feeling down or not really good, I'll go have an ice cream and it makes me feel great. Not the best dietary, probably for a lot of people are thinking, but it's not like I do it all the time or every day. Now, what do you do to celebrate life? What do you do to get together with friends? I used to always have a great birthday, and this week is my birthday, and someone said, "It's your birthday coming up?" And I said, "Yes, it's on Thursday." And they said, "Oh, you got anything planned?" And I said, "I just got back from this big long trip." No, not really. I haven't. It seems that everything has become isolated. My friends are all isolated, and I was so happy that I was able to see a friend. Well, one friend in Saskatchewan, yes, but see a friend on the way home that she was able to join us for coffee. And that is what's happened with the loosening up, because she doesn't live near me. So we always have to work out when we're going to see each other. It was great. We had a coffee. I don't drink coffee very often, so I did actually have a Frappuccino, which has coffee in it. But the whole thing is, what I'm trying to get at is, what makes you feel that you're happy to be alive? What happens when you feel the sense of being and knowing, yes, there is more? I know that as the months went by, and I wouldn't say I was depressed, but I didn't phone people. I didn't reach out very often. I had a set few friends kind of thought the way I thought, so I wasn't in any arguments with people about what was going on and what my ideas were and what theirs were. And I finally came to a point of acceptance, knowing that whatever people choose, they choose for themselves, and accepted that. And I also know that celebrating even that is a victory. Celebrating the sense of who you are, where you're going, what you're doing, and how it's working, all gives you a sense of purpose. So my question for today on a Sunday Thought is this: ask yourself, how do you celebrate? And have you had any celebrations in this last year and a half? And how can you change that? So even sometimes a small thing. I know a lot of people manage now that they'll go for a walk, or now that we're in our area in summertime, it's a little hot some days for walking. But whatever pleases you, whatever gives you a sense of purpose, whichever gives you and it's not only just purpose, it's that aliveness, like, hey, it's good to be alive. It's good to be here and to do those things. So I wish you well on this Sunday morning. Please have a good week, and thank you for listening. Bye now.